everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Sunday, and you know what that means? It's Ask Susan Sunday. So welcome. We'll let the algorithms kick in a little bit before we begin. I'm going to go grab my tea. You go grab yours, coffee, tea, or depending on where you are in the world, maybe something a little stronger. It's about presence and being present this November with Congruent Living. So one of the things that I love to play with is being present with me. When something isn't going the way that I'm asking it to, or when I hit up against something, I kind of liken it to this Greek mythology. And we'll just wait a few seconds as I grab this wonderful book that I love to read from. All right? I've talked about this a lot. The Book of Awakening. I read a page a day. Highly recommend it. Has me just being present with me before I even start my day. This is how I start my day. So, he's talking about the thread, right? Hey, Sonali, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, this is an international community. Tell us where you're from as you come on in. You know, everybody loves to have that chat. So keep the chats going. And as this is not a dialogue or a monologue, it's a conversation, like a round table conversation. Come on in with your questions. So this is about that, you know, do you ever have something inside you and it feels like it's a monster, right? And you're like, oh, I can't get clear. I can't get through this. Oh, I'm already getting a thumbs up. Well, Mark Nepo has this reading today, and I thought I'd share it with you. In Greek mythology, there's a story of a man, Theseus, who in order to find his way home, had to find his way through a labyrinth that led him to a dark center where he had to kill a powerful beast, the Minotaur. The only way he could return to the light of daily life was to trace back the thread he had unraveled on his way in, which was given to him by a kind woman, Aradne. Now, when I was reading this, I was thinking to myself, good morning, James. I was thinking to myself, what is that beast that we all have in all of us, right? And we bump up against it time and time again. It's how you choose to be present with it that actually what creates greater for you. So I was thinking for myself, what is that beast? Well, sometimes I don't know about you, but there's like, for mine, it's doubt, right? And it could be for a nanosecond. It could be something that wakes me up in the middle of the night. And I was playing with what's the thread that brings me out into the light. And for myself, that's of presence, of being present, right? So for myself, it's actually taking a moment and appreciating, oh, what is it that I'm creating that's actually bringing me joy, and being in that energy of it. And then asking myself, who am I playing with? Who have I played with, past or present, that actually brings me joy and happiness, that has brought me joy and happiness? One person. And I'll be with that. And then all of a sudden I feel like my heart is opening up. And then I'll ask myself, what is it that I have created in the past that brought me joy and happiness? And I'll be with that. And then I'll ask myself, what's one place that I have been in the past that brought me joy and happiness? And what's one activity that brings me joy and happiness? And what is one place right now that brings me joy and happiness? Now, do you see all these threads that actually bring you out of where you're judging you, where you find you can't, you won't, it doesn't, you know, that ceiling that you have? Because if you're actually willing, hey, Carrie, hi, hey, Janet, if you're actually willing to be present, take that moment and get to those threads that bring you out into the light, right? Yay! I got lots of hearts on that. Yeah, it's a different way of being. Do you notice? Do you get a sense of, hey, Erica? Do you get a sense of that? It's a huge, huge opening up of energies that you already are, that you have within you. And it's about choosing to be with that. And I tried this yesterday and I was like, oh, I love these questions. right? Of opening up to what brings you joy and happiness, not dwelling on that monster that you've created. Because when we do anything we dwell on actually creates greater, right? So if you're present with something that actually isn't working for you, then you're telling the universe that's what you want to be present with, and you get more of that. That's like a law of attraction of just the vibrations that you're putting out, right? Because the universe won't do anything for you. The universe will work with you. Any questions on this? Are we in the right lane? Anything that you're asking about yourself? Oh, yay! Janet, yes. Step into the energy of oh, I'm going to put my glasses on, Janet, because I'm tired of squinting. Okay. Don't I look smarter? Yes, step into the energy of joy and happy, the new choice. Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. Because you have a choice, right? You do have choice. And so I was playing with that this morning. I was walking Shiloh, and I was thinking about what we're going to be talking about today and getting the energies of where you're all at and reaching out to everyone who's listening now and everyone who will be listening in the future. If you come on in the future, #replay, I always check in. And I was just playing with, I'm going to, what is one place that I've been in my past that has brought me joy and happiness? And I just like, whew. What is one person who actually brings me joy and happiness, right? Right now. And I had like so many, I'm like, no, just pick one, right? Hey, Cosette, welcome. What is one thing I'm working on that's bringing me joy and happiness? Right? What is one place that when I'm thinking of right now brings me total joy and happiness? Because what you're present with is what creates the presence of being you and what creates the energies of how you will be with your day. For any of you that have worked with me in Congruent Living Coaching, I'm a big proponent of how are you starting your day, right? How do you start your day? Because that's the thread out of that place. You wake up in the morning and you're like monkey mind or whatever you want to call it, chatter, or you're holding on to something from the night before. Ask yourself, be present, pull your energies away from all of the chatter, come into you, and ask yourself those questions. Just be present with it. By the way, here's a little trick that I use. Love the sticky notes. Before I go to bed, I say to myself, in the morning, I'll know just what to do. That's another thread that keeps you out of, right, that place that feels like there's a monster, that cave, that maze. When you buy anything as true and real, you create a maze that you have to get out of. So what I'm challenging you with this week is, are you willing to create and follow those threads that take you out, right? Take you out of that maze. Yeah. So any questions, anything popping for anybody? Thanks, Janet, for your comments. Right? It's really, this is your choice, right? Being present and how you present yourself and your work is your choice. And some people, I don't have any choice. Really. Every choice is a thread, right? Every choice is a thread that takes you somewhere. So are you willing to follow the threads that actually lead you towards the light of being you, the lightness of creation? Yeah. Janet, it's like an instant trajectory to the joy happy. Yes, totally. Like a tree trip in that. Yeah, without buying a plane ticket. I love that. Like a free ticket, not a tree ticket. Yes, absolutely. And you can do this anytime, right? It's that willingness to shift and change what isn't working into being present with what is. Yeah. And we'll be talking more about that. I'm offering a masterclass in presence. We've had fun with the parties at the end of each month, and I felt there's more here, right? And I love to be creating and playing with all of you. So you'll see there's a link above. If you haven't grabbed your ticket yet, please do. The recordings will not be just sent out willy-nilly like before. You actually have to register for the class and purchase the recordings. They're a small amount, $39. It's a $650 class. So I figured it's up to you. If you want to re-listen and re-listen, I'm making that possible for you. Yeah, totally. And the master class on presence will be not just an amalgamation of everything that we've been talking about over the last month. There'll be some tools and some tips, and you know, I'm always coming forward with new things that I'm learning for myself and sharing them with you. And this will be on Zoom so we can see each other, right? Because it's really important to be present. That's why for me a master class is about you being present with you, and what's working, what's not working. Let's shift it together. Yeah. Oh, I got a big heart on that. Because you know what they say, where two or more are gathered, there is more. There is more. So any questions on the threads of your life and living, right? We are actually born from a thread when you think of the umbilical cord that feeds us, that nurtures us, right? So what threads do you have that actually nurture you? Right? And you don't have to know where the thread leads, but you know it's leading you towards the light. Are you willing to be in a space and place where you're willing to let go of what isn't working, right? What doesn't keep you present, right? We're taught at a very young age to be present for others. And there is no thread. The thread is to the elder, to the parent who said, do this because I told you, right? Trust me, this is going to work. To the teacher who gave you the grades, to the boss, to the partner that is like, connect to me and I'll take you there. Well, here's the deal. You're the only one that can take you anywhere. And that's what the willingness to follow the thread. People can offer you threads, like in the Greek, the mythology, Ariadne offered this thread. It was his choice to follow it, to take it. So what threads are you refusing to take that if you actually chose them would give you all of you? Because we're presented with threads all the time. It's choice, 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 choice. Erica, what if when you ask, are you willing to let you, I want to say yes, but I feel like it's no. So that's where I would ask you, Erica, be very quiet with you and go to a place when you said yes. Right? The reason why we say, I love that, thank you so much, Erica. The reason why we say, I felt like it was no, is because that's more what we're used to. Right? Go to a place where you actually said yes, right? Where you gave yourself permission. Could have been 10 years ago, could have been 20 years ago, could have been yesterday. When you gave yourself permission to just go for it. Be with that joy. Allow that joy to infuse itself in everything you be and do. I mean, Erica, I've seen your Facebook posts. I've seen you, with your girlfriends, happy. Go to whatever that is when you've said yes to something. Right? Follow that thread. Acknowledge and embrace that thread. And see what that creates for you. Because part of being present, oh, Erica, I got a heart from Erica. Yay, thank you. Part of being present, right, is the willingness to follow that thread. So, okay, so this is what that created then. Now, what can I create now that's different, that would add to this, that would create greater? Right? Without having to know where you're going. Amaze, you actually will amaze yourself in going through this maze and following the threads that lead you to something greater. Right? And in order to be present with that something greater, there has to be an appreciation for who you be and what you be and how you are creating. And that, wow, I'm the kind of person that goes for it. No matter what it looks like, no matter what it takes. Yeah. How is this information for people? Any other questions? Thank you, Erica, so much. Right? It's fun to play. For myself, we're here to play. We came here for joy and happiness and play. We're here to play. Right? So, this idea of playing with these questions, and if you're just coming in, grab a pen and paper, have a re-listen, and write down the questions that I've asked you, right? And then let me know how that works for you, because I'm always checking in, right? And it's if there's something that you don't get, you don't understand, let me know, because it's not about saying, well, I'm going from 3D to 5D and energetics, and it's about you getting to know you, right? What makes you tick? Everybody's different. Everybody has different desires. Everybody has a sense of, hey, Janet, great question, thank you. Everybody has a sense of self-actualization. Whoop. And how they want to show up in life. You've got to follow these threads. Right? You've got to follow these threads. They're your threads. They're nobody else's. Because when we get caught up in following somebody else's threads, that's when we're either copying somebody, we're frustrated because it worked for them, it didn't work for me. You have your own secret special sauce. That's what we're at with Congruent Living Coaching, is what is your secret sauce that you've kept, it's so secret that you've kept it secret from you, right? You have a special you that is actually asking to come out and play. And again, that's how we play. That's how I play with my clients on Congruent Living Coaching. It's going out and going into the future, going to follow, what's that thread in the future that's tugging at you, that you feel like, oh, if I died tomorrow, I feel like, why didn't I follow that thread? Why didn't I create with that? Right? Well, that's not what I want for you. I want you to be present, totally present. Janet says, bring ourselves into the equation of my threads to weave my own joyful, happy, playful tapestry. Yes, I love that. Yes, 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 yes. Hey, Trisha, this is great. Oh, thank you, Trisha. Reminding me of some basics I can create more. Step into more of me. I'm choosing my thread at this time. Yes. Yes, yes. Thank you, Trisha. Thank you so much. That's it, right? It's a reminder, right? This is a reminder that those threads are there. And it's about willing to be present with them, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it takes, because it's going to be different, again, for everyone. So here's my plea, is please stop following everyone else's threads, right? You know what's right for you. You know what it's like when you're humming, right? When there's joy in your life. When you go to bed going like, yeah. Right? That's what I'm asking for you, right? To have that. Hey, Mariana, welcome, welcome. Trisha, later, because Sam was not in agreement. Yeah. It's about being in agreement with you. Right? It's about being in agreement with you, not with somebody else. The thing is, I often speak about that. You're the pebble in the water, and the water has ripples, right? Thank you, Trisha. Thank you. Those ripples each have a thread. They create another ripple and create another ripple. They each have a thread. So what threads are you willing to play with today? And the word threaten came in. So everywhere you're worried that you'll threaten someone else by being as bold and brilliant, hey Janie, as you truly be, would you be willing to let that go? Because that ain't your thread to happiness. So any other questions? If not, I'd love to keep these. Oh, we've got a beautiful little insect that's been crawling around here that's contributing to us. Thank you. Yay. That was yummy. If no questions, I will love you and leave you. Have a re-listen again. Lots of juicy nuggets here for those of you who are coming in later. Hashtag replay, and let me know what pops for you. Because when you have something, information, whether it's a question or just a clarity, share it with the rest of us. Right? That actually creates greater. It's a huge contribution. And I hope to see you next Sunday at our masterclass on presence. it's going to be awesome. We're going to have some fun, some tools and tips, and a surprise at the end. So I wonder what that would create. Hey, Margaret Annie, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, my darlings, love you. Live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader you came here to be. Because the world needs more of you and not less. And if you want to dive deeper, if you're interested in congruent living coaching, it's changed thousands of lives, and it's just a different way of being with you, with how you'd like to create in your life. And I have got your back totally 24/7. So if that's of interest to you, reach out to me and just let me know what's working, what's not working. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Mwah, have an amazing day. And you can reach out by private message or going to SusanLazarHart.com and check out Congruent Living Coaching. See if it's, it's something different. It's a different way of being in the world. Yeah, I adore you all. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.